Well, hi guys and gals, this is me, George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man, and this is Ed Hatmaker, also known as Ed's Attention to Detail on YouTube. And he drove all the way over here to Tennessee from Arkansas.
It's really only 2.5 hours, it's not all that far.
Or Arkansas, depending on how you want to pronounce it, to bring me something that he has built for me. And so I'm going to open the package now. I know what it is, though I haven't seen it completed yet.
Well, nobody has. I've already taken video and photos, but nobody has seen it. I haven't put it out yet because I wanted you to be the first to see it.
I appreciate that. And what this is, as I'm opening it, I can explain a little bit. I had reached out to Ed because I had seen another model airplane that he had built a while back.
Probably have to cut it down the center. Don't worry about the knife, won't go through it.
And he asked, and I asked him if he would build me a copy of the airplane that I worked on when I was in the Navy many years ago now, an F8J Crusader. And I was an AME technician, that's Aviation Structural Mechanic, that's what that stands for, and the E is for egress.
Go easy.
He's got this
Go
thing
easy.
in here nicely. Yep.
See where the tail's sticking through?
That.
Yeah,
Yep.
just kind of picked it straight up because I didn't want the fins to break off the bottom or anything.
And I didn't ask him to, but he did what I was hoping he would do. Let's see if I can do
Lift
this
the
without
tail.
shaking too much.
There you go.
This is an F8J Crusader, and he even has the same number on it and livery. And I was a member of Fighter Squadron 191, and that's what this colors and designs are on the tail. And I worked on the ejection seats. And the ejection seats, let me bring this up. I don't know how close Ed can get in with his camera. The ejection seat is this little dooflicky in here. And it has those two handles on the top. So if the airplane starts to crash, the pilot would grab hold of those handles and pull that down, and it had what they call the face curtain on it, would go right down over his helmet, and that would activate first it would activate the canopy, it would eject that, and then the seat would eject out. That's what I worked on.
And the F8 was known for weeding out the ensigns.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the wing, this wing would go up and down, and he put it in the up position, so it's ready to take off.
Yep. Up position, flaps down.
Yep.
Now the horizontals, so the horizontals will move on it.
Okay.
All right. I tried to position the canopy in the open position, but the model would not let me build it that way without, cutting some things and doing some modifications. And I was scared to. I really was.
No, that's fine. This is beautiful. And he did the fade on the bottom is faded into white up to the gray, and all inside of the landing gear. And wow, what a beautiful, beautiful model. And this is going to have a place of honor in my man cave. And used to have to crawl up inside these intakes when I was a plane captain before I got working on the ejection seats.
Well, now I didn't tell you this. I was an A7 plane captain.
Ah.
So I actually had a patch that was a duck diver, and it was a pair of feet sticking out of the intake, and we wore that on our jacket.
Yeah. You had to crawl up in there occasionally to inspect for fires and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
It's gonna be a little crowded.
the A7, if you looked at these side by side, this is an F8 and the A7 looked very similar, except the A7 was a little bit stubbier.
It was shorter and
a little
stubbier.
more squat looking.
Yeah.
And it was made for carrying bombs, although these were retrofitted to carry bombs later on. And notice it says right on the tail, it says USS Oriskany. That was the aircraft carrier that we were deployed on.
Now remember, I had sent you a photo of this airplane sitting in the barnyard or the boneyard.
Yeah.
So I had actually, off of what you told me, and off of the photos that you sent me, and doing research, I was able to narrow it down to this airplane or one other airplane with a different Buno number.
Yeah.
But the other airplane was never in 191, so it had to be this
Had
one.
to be
It
this
had to be that number. So,
Absolutely beautiful job.
well, I'm glad you like it. I am so glad you like it. I was so afraid, because I look at it and I'm like, man, I messed this up and I messed that up. And
Well, if you having worked on A7s would know that they weren't perfect
Right.
in real
right,
life.
yeah.
So,
But
this
any
is
good plane captain always wanted to keep his plane clean.
exactly right.
So that's why I wanted to build it in a clean look.
Yep, and we had what we now call waterless hand cleaner, is what we use for cleaning this when we were out at sea, because you didn't have a lot of access to fresh water when you're out at sea. So we'd use waterless hand cleaner to keep these things clean. And the cleaner they were, the better they flew.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you very, very much. And let me do this, and I want to shake hands.
All right, guys.
Thank you very much. I
There you go.
appreciate
Looks like I've got a very happy George.
Oh, yeah.
So I appreciate the opportunity to do this. I really
Thank
do.
you. Thank you.
So cool.
And when I post this on my channel, I'll post a few pictures of me in real life back in the day.
Sounds cool.
So you'll see what I looked like back when I worked on these.